have to record this, right? Okay. So 3 to 4 questions. How many questions were there? Just a minute. I have to check. Yeah, 4 to 5 questions. Let me say that 4 questions are there. I am at least getting 12 marks more by doing these questions, right? Okay, in the paper. That is a huge jump that you would get in 15 to 20 days, right? Okay. Fine. So questions हमको क्या करना पड़ेगा? What steps? What do we have to take? Okay, the first step is have a structured process. How many of you have a structured process? Structured process किसके पास है sentence correction का? Okay, nobody has the structured process. So we have to make the structure first. Fine. Why? Because it saves time and it increases the accuracy. Is there anything that we need apart from this? Apart from this, do you need anything? Saving time and accuracy. Right. Okay. Fine. So let us see this. Break the ideas. How do we break the ideas? We have to break the sentence so that accuracy increases, right? And we have to know the rule, right? On the basis of that rule, we would apply this structured process so that we can get the requisite marks. Now, let us move to the question, right? What is the structured process then? Structured process then, right? Okay, let us see this. I hope you can see this. The plan to check the sentences, right? The plan to check the sentences. So we would see today, आज का हमारा यही काम है. We would see today how this plan works, right? How this plan works in different questions, right? We would cover these topics in 7 different classes, which would take place on every 3rd day. For example, this is 1, 2, 3. On the 4th day, we would have the class. Okay, so 5th, 6th, and 7th day, we would have the class. Fine. So I think it would be, we would be able to do it in 30 days. Fine. So that would place us in a better position. Okay, that would place us in a better position. Side by side, we would be doing certain practices of the sentences that would be there in, the sentences that would come in the exam, right? Okay, practice is really important so that you would gain the speed. But what should be the first strategy? The first strategy should be to go slow. How much time should you take, right? How much time should you take in the initial stage? Anyone? How much time should you take in the initial stage? Around 7 to 10 minutes, right? Taking each and every point into consideration as it has been given, right? Okay. Why? Because the plan is really important so that you do not lose the accuracy, right? And how much do you think, how much time would you take in the end? How much time from 10 minutes would you take in the end? In the end, how much time would you take? 10 minutes is the highest time, right? You can take 5 minutes, 2 minutes also. Fine. Our goal is to take less than 1 minute. What is this? Less than 1 minute, right? Around 40 seconds, let us say, right? 40 to 50 seconds, because we would take time to read the question also. Okay. So these questions would take 40 to 50 minutes. Where would you compensate for this? You would compensate for this in the vocab based questions because they can be done in 20 to 30 seconds. Okay. So compensation bhi ho jayega and you have the plan now. Understood, everyone? I hope it is clear. Right. Okay. So let us see the questions now. Let's move to the questions. I would give you 2 minutes to do the first question. Okay, fine. So let us do the questions first, right? Let us try. You can take a screenshot of this plan. Okay, we would go step by step. Okay, we would go step by step so that we do not lose any important information here. Let us move to the question now. Yeah. First, let me talk to you, right? Okay. So any doubts you have till now? Any specific, any doubts specific to the whole strategy of the test? Right. I hope we are seeing, right? Fine. Now let us move to the question. The first question I would give you, how much time should I give you? First तो तुम्हारे से ही पूछ लेता हूँ. How much time should I give you? 2 minutes? Okay. They are saying 3 minutes. 3 minutes is too much. 2 minutes, right? Let us take 2 minutes. Okay, fine. You can set your timer in your mobile phones. Okay. So this is the first question. I hope it is. Yeah. Set up the timer. Let me set up the timer in my mobile too. So your time starts now. Ten seconds remaining. Finalize your answers. Submit. Submit your answers. Okay. We are doing a test here. We are replicating the test here, right? Okay. Those who have submitted, they do not need to submit. Fine. Okay. So I have got. Okay. Someone changed her answer in the end. Okay. So all of you except one is wrong. All of you except one, okay, are wrong. Fine. All of you except one are wrong. Okay. Now, first of the sentence that I said right now. What are we talking about? First point was subject verb. Subject verb. Subject verb. Okay. Now, what did I say now? Right now, all of you except one is or are wrong. Which one would be the answer? Others, I've got only two answers. See, Fine. So why is R the answer if you are fixated on R? Because that except one is the extra part. Let us take one more sentence, right? Okay. The chairman, along with the council members, was or were the culprit. Was or were. Okay, fine. I'm getting different answers here. Now here also, along with is the extra part. Right. Similarly, as well as would have been the extra part. Fine. I hope you have got this particular example. This would come in the exam also. ठीक है? अब ये question देख लेते हैं. Let us see this question. Fine. Okay. So, what would I see in this question? So, the first point was what? The first point बताओ मेरे को. Subject verb agreement. So, before subject verb agreement, there is also something to the plan. We have to read it each sentence, right? We have to keep on reading it part by part. Now, the first part, the Epsilon Corporation. This is the subject, right? I have identified the subject. Having 14 divisions, each with at least 100 full-time employees. Okay. This has this, the second part of this, right? But this is not the main part, right? This is not the main part. Okay. What does this thing do? Whenever you find certain sentences, certain parts of sentences with 2 commas in between, this is the extra part, right? This is a modifier. Okay, why is it a modifier? A modifier is an expression, okay, a group of words which says something about a noun, okay, a verb or something else, right? Understood? Fine. So this particular thing is modifying this noun. So this is a noun modifier. Okay. थोड़ा सा इसको डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे बाद में, but right now I'm just showing you how to think this, right? Okay. Now, so the first thing, exemplify. Fine. Exemplify. The Epsilon Corporation. Exemplify. Do you think this is the right answer? Done. Okay. Nobody gave me A as the answer. Some people gave me A as the answer. Does it follow the first point, the subject verb agreement? It should have been exemplifies. Exemplifies. Done. Okay, easy था. Right. So subject verb agreement के basis पे ये गया. We do not need to move down the lane. Right. Move down the whatever that list was. Right. The first one was subject verb agreement. वो अपने side में रखो. The list should be right besides you when you are doing the question. ठीक है? ताकि हमको आदत लग सके. So the next thing, the Epsilon Corporation. अब हम देख लेंगे, right? एक error हमको मिल गया है. We would see whether everything goes with that or not. Exemplifies, 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 exemplify. This is wrong. Easy, right? The first point got rid of the 3 questions. Are you getting me? I mean 2 options. कितनी देर में हो गया ये? How much time did we take? How much time did we take? Around 20 seconds, right? Okay. 20 seconds or 30 seconds. 30 seconds हो गए, right? Keep the count of time now. Let us see this. Exemplify से अपने को आगे बढ़ना पड़ेगा. Okay. We have something here. Having 14 divisions, each with at least 114. Okay. Composed of 14 divisions, each of which, right? Each of these divisions has at least 100 full-time employees. Okay. Composed of 14 divisions, each of which has at least each of which has. Now this is a pronoun, right? Remember, subject can be a noun. I hope you know what a noun is. If you do not know, just watch a video on nouns, right? Or a pronoun. Now, pronoun is he, she, it, which, etc. Right? So which is a pronoun here, which is a pronoun here. Composed of 14 divisions, each of which has. Now each of which has is good, right? We cannot eliminate on the basis of this. Okay, now having 14 divisions, each with at least 100 full-time employees. Okay, that is also correct. Okay, now, so exemplifies is out. Let us see what we can do. Composed of 14 divisions, each of which has at least 100 full employees. We have done till this part. Now, exemplifies the kind of complexity that frustrates. Complexity, the kind of complexity. Now, this frustrates, ye dusra verb aa gaya, right? Okay, that frustrates, that frustrate. Okay, so this frustrate, what is it coming for? Frustrate and frustrates किसके लिए आ रहा है? Let me know. जल्दी जल्दी जल्दी, quick, 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 quick. No, it is not because, right? Okay, let us see. Exemplifies the kind of complexity. What is this? The main word is kind here. Kind here. Kind. Got it? Okay. Kind of complexity. Why didn't complexity? Right? Why didn't complexity come here? Because complexity is identifying with someone. It is elaborating kindly. समझ में आ गया? Everyone? Right? All of you made the mistake, right? Some people said that consultants. Why would consultants come? Right? That frustrates, right? Always verb 90% of the time would come for the thing before, right? This, that talks about the kind of complexity, right? So kind is singular or plural? Kind singular होता है या plural होता है? Right? Kind is a singular entity. Kind is a singular entity, right? The kind of, the kind. So D is gone because we use frustrate, that is plural for a singular thing, right? So A, D, and E are gone, right? Okay. The epsilon corporation exemplifies the kind of complexity that frustrates the consultants trying to help it and them. This is the only thing that is left. What would come? Help it or help them? This is a pronoun, right? Yeah. Help it or help them? Okay, so all of you are correct in this one. Fine. अब अपने को देखना पड़ेगा यहाँ पे them पे डाल करके, right? Them and it पे डाल करके. What is it coming for, right? We are done with these three options. Now, help it or help them. Right, we have moved to the second point. I think I have put the point pronouns in the second point. Right, second point पे डाला हुआ ना pronouns. See the list. Right. Okay. Let us see. Complexity that frustrates the consultants which are trying to help them. Consultants are trying to help whom? किसको try कर रहे हैं help करने? The Epsilon Corporation, एक बारी पूरा sentence पढ़ लेते हैं. The Epsilon Corporation, having 14 divisions each with at least 100 full-time employees, exemplifies the kind of complexity that frustrates the consultants which are trying to help them. Consultants are trying to help whom? Whom are the consultants trying to help? Let me know. First of all, yes, the corporation. Corporation would take them or it. the corporation always take the name of a company, a group will always take it in GMAC. Now don't say that, okay, the grammar rule says, okay, they would take them if we talk about this and that and what. What GMAC says is the final verdict. C would be the right answer. Now, how many points have we utilized among our list? From our list, how many points have we utilized to do this question? Consultant which, where is consultant? Yeah, which, that is correct, right? Which would always talk about this. Okay, I hope this is clear, Shakshi. Yeah, only 2 points we have utilized from our list, and this is correct, right? Fine. It was not easy, but what made it easy? The list, right? उसमें भी आएंगे, we would see, right? Okay, fine. इतना समझ में आ गया? Can we move ahead? Everyone? I hope it was easy, not difficult, right? So let us ease down a bit. ठीक है, सबसे पहले क्या चीज थी? What do we need to do? Subject verb. Now this is a verb, exemplify and frustrate was a word. So you need to first notice each pair of subject and verb. Now, someone of you would say, right? First notice, this is the process, right? This is the process. Now, someone of you would say कि सारे में अलग अलग कर लें, silent cooperation, okay, exemplify, okay, frustrate the consultants, okay. So we could have said that, okay, frustrate, kind, epsilon, exemplify. Now, this is not the process, right? Take each sentence individually, right? Notice the subject verb pairs as you go down the sentence A. Now, what did I take the third step as, right? This is because तुम जो है in the test, so that you do not get hodgepodge, right? You do not get flustered by the test, flummoxed by the test, right? So okay. So third one was, as soon as I noticed the first one, I replicated it to each other sentence, replicated to other sentences, right? What did it do? It saved my time. I didn't need to read each sentence again. That is what the process is. Fine. Then I was left with BCD. Now the second thing was कि complexity के kind से मैंने frustrate देख लिया, and D was out, B and C remaining, last word remains, right? So compare the options also in the last two options, among the last two options. I hope this is clear. Okay, do not be afraid if you do not get anything right today, right? Because we would be working on that. It is just to show you that this plan works. सबको लग रहा है? I hope. Exemplify. The plural verb, plural noun, plural subject would take exemplify. Okay. Exemplifies would always come from the singular one, right? So it is really important to notice the main part of the subject, right? The kind and the subject, the main subject of the passage. Now let us move to the next question. Any questions here? Any questions that you have? Sakshi has some questions, but I would answer it in the next few questions. Fine. Yeah. Any questions? Clear hai? Okay. Let us move to the next question. I will give you 2 minutes again. Fine. Now, do this question. Your time starts now. 5 seconds to go. Okay, your time's up. Answers, please. Good. Hmm. Okay. I've got only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. See, when you would give me the answers, right, I would be able to better focus on those options which you are struggling at, right? Which you are struggling at. So you would be in a better place if you give me the answers. Do not give it to everyone, give it to me. Fine. Okay. I would just switch off the video, right? I have some problem in my eyes. So I have got A and B as most of the answers and some D's, right? All of you are wrong. All right. Okay. So those who got B as the answer, you are correct. Okay, let us see how you would get to the answer, right? The only thing that is being, whenever you see the list, okay, a symbiotic relationship develops. Okay, develops. I do not need to check this, right? Among the contactors, among contactors, among contactors, right? Fine. Among the contact, whatever, right? Okay. So the first thing that comes to my notice is this list. What is a list? Anyone would like to talk about it here? What is a list? What do you think is a list? It might be an example. It might be something being done, 2, 3 things together, right? So it is a list. Can you see this? Right? I didn't have any problem in the first part. I understand. I understand. Right. Okay. No, identify the part. Just a minute. Mistake. No, I do not want the mistake. I want the correct sentence. Right. I want the correct sentence. I do not need the mistake. Fine. If you want to change your answers, you can change them. Right. So this is a list. This is a list. This is a list. And this is a list. And this is a list. Now, the problem with lists is that they should be parallel. What is a parallel? Now, here, if one has the, right, and if you repeat it the here, you have to repeat the here also. Fine. If you repeat a verb here, you have to repeat the verb here also and here also. Done? I hope this is clear. Can we move to the question? Right. Now let us move to the questions, right? Contractors, bureaucracy, and the politicians gone. Contractors, bureaucracy, and politicians. Okay. Checked. B might be the correct one. A is gone. Contractors, bureaucracy, and the politicians gone. The contractors, bureaucracy, and politicians. Okay, this might be the correct answer. The contractors, bureaucracy, and politicians. Okay, this might be the correct answer. Fine. Now let us see this. Okay. By large number of the devices, costs are artificial. And. Okay, fine. So this expression, there might be something wrong in this question. Fine. Okay. Mistake in grammar. I have to check the question, right? Fine. I hope we have dealt with two options. Okay. I hope we have dealt with two options. I hope you can see that A and C are incorrect. And why? इतना पता चल गया? I hope this is clear. Everyone, A and D are wrong, and the reason for that. Okay. Now let us see this. Okay, these are correct, these are correct, these are correct. And by large numbers of devices, costs are artificially escalated, and black money was to generate by underhand deals. Now, was to generated. Is it correct? Is it correct?
No, sir, the tense is changing.
Yeah, was to generate the sentence. There is another kind of parallelism, right? That is known as the tense parallelism, right? Tense parallelism. Now, what is this? Are artificially escalated, present tense, and black money was to generated. Why is this coming here? अगर ये artificially escalated हो रहा है, so the money should be generated in the present. Are you getting me? So this defies that logic, and hence this is wrong. Now we have easily eliminated 4 options, right? Fine. Okay. Okay. So how did I reach to this? I reached to this on the basis of that was to generated. Okay. I checked the tenses in each and every sentence. Okay. I was checking the tenses in each and every sentence. Now B and D are remaining, right? Okay. Because I was not finding any differences. So I compared the B, D and E options. Okay. Okay. Now a symbiotic relationship develops. अब इसको सीधा सीधा करते हैं, develops among contractors, bureaucracy and politicians. And costs are artificially escalated with a large number of devices, and black money is generated through underhand deals. यहाँ पे क्या है? A symbiotic relationship develops among the contractors, bureaucracy and politicians. This is also correct. And by large number of devices, costs large number of devices, and cost is artificially escalated with a large number of devices. Okay. And black money is generated through underhand deals, right? Here, by large number of devices, costs are artificially escalated and black money is generated by underhand deals. What is this? Do you know the meaning of buy? Buy का meaning पता है? What is the use of buy? What is the use of buy? Okay. So buy says that it directly came from the underhand deals or the how aspect. How means through which process did it happen? Okay, is generated by the process of underhand deals. Okay, by the process underhand deals are these processes? Are underhand deals processes? Through underhand deals, okay, through the medium of underhand deals. Which one is correct? Which one is correct? Which one is correct? True. Right. B would be the correct answer. This was a mistake, right? Correct. Right. One of these parts is correct in grammar. We had to choose, right? Yeah, devices cost is right. Okay, devices cost means uh, the cost of all the devices. Right, there might be other costs also. For example, we have seen that, okay, in schools we had tuition fees, right, and other fees, management fees, right? So these can be the costs, right? Different costs. Okay. If I say that waters, what do you understand by it? If I say that waters, what do you understand by it? What do you understand by water? No. Waters means that we are talking about different water bodies. Done? I hope this solves your query, Sakshi. Bolo. Yeah, large versus large, small versus small, ponds, different rivers, right? Okay. So waters is, I mean, it generally talks about different rivers, right? Whenever you see waters, it would generally talk about, right? Yeah. Okay, fine. Chalo. Clear? I hope this is clear. right? Do not be dejected if you do not get anything correctly, right? We would surely be able to do it on the 28th day. Okay, chalo. So I hope you got the basic idea of parallelism. Now let us move to the next question. Any questions here? Any other questions? Okay, so let us move to the next question. Fine, I have only 5 questions for you today. This is the next question, right? Mistake or whatever in the grammar we would see that. Fine. Okay. Your time starts now. Time's up. Okay. Now let us move to the question, right? Okay. The question, the route is wrong because I had taken these questions from a bad coaching, right? I had to just change the data and make the question correct. So it was easier for me. Okay. So do not rely on bad coachings. That is what I want to say. Okay. Okay. So most of you have given the right answer. Okay, fine. Let's see. First, let us talk about, okay, subject verb. Let us mention the subject. The main problem with whatever is, was. Fine. Was not the is always. So this is gone, right? He is absolutely out. Now, A, B, and C. Let us move ahead. Is that it is not always a bad thing, but that it is the monopolist who has power to decide who is charged what price, right? Okay, but that is that. Now, it is the monopolist who has the power to decide. Okay. Now, if but is coming here, we should have had, okay, not here, right? If but is coming here, we should have had not. Understood? Right? So not is present here, not is present here, not is present here. Which kind of error is this? Idiomatic error, right? Idiomatic error, that if one word but comes, not would not cannot be there, right? Okay, fine. Clear?
So can you just repeat this once, the idiomatic thing that you're just talking about?
This is just a this construction. Right? Not but. Okay. I am not a woman. but a man. Done? Got it? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay. Now I have not here, but the another thing that comes with idiom is parallelism. Whenever there would be idiom, you have to look at the parallelism. Now, which has the parallelism? That, okay, here we do not have but, so this is gone. We have but here, that, it is the. Okay, that now, whenever you have parallelism, not x, but y. X and y should be parallel. Now, which has the parallelism? That. So C would be the answer. This is an easy one, right? We just have to notice the idioms here, right? Okay, we just have to learn some idioms. वो idioms वाली class में देखेंगे. That would be one class of idioms, right? Short class. I would ऐसा करेंगे. We would incorporate idioms into another class, right? Okay, so that we would have only 6 classes. So we would be able to do it in 18 or 20 days only, right? Fine. Okay. Understood. This was an easy one. So let us move to the next one. Now the next one would be a bit easier or difficult. I do not know. Fine. So the third question and the fourth question. Okay. So there are only 2 questions remaining. Your time for this next question starts now. So the time's up. Okay. Your answers, please. C, A and D. Okay, whatever. Okay, I'm getting D, C, D, C, D, C, D, C. Okay, most of you are good at C, right? Okay. Now let us see this. Okay. Fashion houses. Okay. So can you please tell me why did you eliminate A option? One word, why did you eliminate A option? So one of you is correct. Okay. Also produce is not correct. So if you eliminated this because of also produce, right? Okay, you had to choose the incorrect one. This question is correct. Okay. This question is not wrong. Fine. Okay. Now, also produce a ready to wear. Also produce a ready to wear line, right? This is not wrong. What is wrong here is who. Whenever you see the relative pronoun, who comes only for a person, right? Okay, which can come for anything. Anything you want. Right? Who and who, which, whose can come from anything. Whom can come from only a person. Right? Where can come for only a place. So remember this, right? Write it down. Okay, done. Easy. Fine. Remember this. This would be. This is often repeated. Okay. See, what are you doing? कि तुमने ये who वाला जो है ना, whenever there is a relative pronoun, this would be a modifier. Modifier or नहीं modifier नहीं. This is a relative clause. Why is it a clause? Because produce. Who produce? Now, if I try to write it again, right, whatever thing has a subject plus verb is a clause, right? This is a clause. So what is the subject here? Who? Who talks about fashion houses. Fashion houses produce a woman haute couture line, right? So this is another clause, right? And the main idea that it wants to talk about is this. Fashion houses also produce. So there are two ideas in this, right? Understood? So whenever we would have relative pronouns, we would have another clause. Done? Yeah, it is a no, I don't think so. Who produce? Yeah, it might be. I'm not interested in whether it is a noun clause or what, right? Fine. Okay. It is not a noun clause. It is an adjective clause, I think. Okay. Understood? First one, we have learned the concept of relative pronoun and relative clause. Now, so this who was wrong. So A is wrong, right? Now A and D are out. B and C are in. A and D. Now we do not need to check this. We only need to check one of these. D and B, right? You would check both of these. If you see that something is wrong with one of them, then B and D, right? B and D. Fine. Relative to couture, ready-to-wear clothing are often more practical and informal, though this may not always be the case. First, this won't come on its own. On its own, right? It is on its own, right? This is the first mistake. Whenever you see this, just eliminate it, right? Relative to quote. Relative to quoter, is it the right expression, right? This is a comparative expression, the comparison idiom. Question of comparison idiom. Is this a right expression relative to quoter? Yes or no? So here we should have in comparison to, in relation to, which is not most often used. So relative to quarter. Now relative, what does relative mean? Meaning में ambiguity हमेशा देखना. What does relative mean? Relative to quarter. Okay, it might mean that it is related to quarter. It might mean that it is being compared to quarter. Which one do you think is correct? On its own mean, man, this court is really tidy, right? So we have court here. Now this is really tidy. We cannot have this in any sentence, right? I hope it answers your question. right? Okay, so relative quarter produces an ambiguity in meaning and hence is wrong, right? Okay, the construction of ready to wear clothing is held to be of different standard. We do not need to check C, it is already checked, right? High end ready to wear lines are sometimes based upon a famous gown or pattern that is then duplicated to raise the designer's visibility level. This is all right, right? So on the basis of this, we have said that okay, B is correct, hence not the answer, and C is the answer. Any questions here? Any questions here? The last question is remaining. The last question is remaining. Done? अजीब से क्या होता है? We do not go with अजीब, right? We have certain rules and we need to.
What's the meaning of quarter, sir?
I don't know. I do not care. Okay. I'm here to do the grammar. I will do the grammar, right? Okay. Couture is certain. I think as I know it, right? Couture is certain boutique type of thing, right?
Okay.
Okay. Fine. I might be wrong. Okay. Okay. So the last question. Was it the last question or we have one question remaining? Yeah, we have one more question remaining. Do this, right? 2 minutes more of whatever, right? I mean, the Auschwitz style of whatever you are facing. Okay, I hope you know what Auschwitz is. Okay, the gas chambers in which Jews were suffocated to death. Okay, fine. So 2 minutes more. Your time starts now. The time's up. Okay. So 2 more minutes of this aggravated situation, right? Okay. So let us handle this. Okay. So we have B and D, C and D, A, B and C. Now, if A or D is wrong, then we would have two options remaining. Let us see A first. For centuries, Britain had the greatest naval power in the world and also had. Now, the problem here is we cannot use and also. Either we can use also, either we can use and. So, and also is wrong at the largest collection of colonies. Fine. I hope this is correct. Okay. ठीक है. Okay. So and also would not come together. Okay. Fine. This is the GMAC rules. What are you saying? क्या गलती है also? GMAC के हिसाब से ही सही है, right? Okay. GMAC doesn't think it is correct, right? It leads to redundancy. एक ही चीज बार बार बोल रहे हो, जब एंड कर लिया तो ऑल्सो क्या जरूरत है, राइट? ऑल्सो हैड द लार्जेस्ट. ठीक है. नाउ आई हैव नॉट taken this into consideration into answers, right? Okay, so this is also wrong. Also had. In the first years of the 20th century, however, Germany made a massive and costly effort to build up a comparable. We didn't need this, right? We needed D option. Britain, seeing these developments as a dangerous threat to the balance of power in Europe, argued with Germany that the country had no need for a large navy and a large number of colonies. Okay, the country had. D is correct, right? D is correct. Seeing the D's development, so D is correct. Now, A and ABC is the answer, right? One of these. Now, we have to check B and C now. Okay. D is absolutely correct. Seeing these developments as a dangerous, argued with Germany, right? Okay. Now, fine. B and C. In the first years of the 20th century, however, Germany made a massive and costly effort to building up. Is it correct? Building up, to building up. It is always to build up. Right? To के साथ हमेशा जब भी verb जुड़ेगा, to build up. Right? Okay. Or it could have been for building up. Right? Here to gives you the intent. So we cannot use these synonymously. So beware of these. So A and B are wrong. So which one would be the answer? The D option would be the answer. Fine. समझ में आ गया? Right? Those who think and also सही है, GMAC के खिलाफ जाओ and do bad in the GMAC prepared exam. Okay. ठीक है. First years for. First years. What are you saying, Padmanabh?
First year, first years, D option.
Yeah, in the first years of 20th century. Okay, this is also wrong. This expression is also wrong, right? Germany also had recently shown. Now, C वाला एक बारी देखना जरूरी है. Had recently shown a stronger interest than before, right? Had recently shown a stronger interest than before for acquiring new colonies. Okay, had recently shown. Okay, had the greatest naval power in the world, and also had. Germany had recently shown. Okay, in the first few years of 20th century, however, Germany made a massive and costly effort to build up a comparable navy fleet on its own. Germany also had recently shown. This is correct. Okay, C is correct, so C should not be the answer. Okay, let me check it once more. Subject verb also had recently shown a strong interest than before for acquiring new colonies. हाँ, had ही आएगा. ठीक है. C is wrong, right? A and B are wrong. C is correct. Okay, fine. For acquiring, in acquiring might be there, right? For acquiring, no, ये सही नहीं है. तो for acquiring होगा, right? For means for something, right? For doing something, right? Okay. Stronger interest for. Okay. Fine. सही बोला, बिल्कुल सही बोला. There is a idiomatic mistake here, right? Interest for. There are two things, right? He is right. Interest for and interest in. What does these two mean? What do these two mean? Interest for, interest in. Interest for, interest in. Interest for, they both are correct, right? Interest for says that, okay, I am what do we say, that I have an inclination towards something. Inclination towards something, right? Okay. Interest in, okay, interest in might mean a subject, right? A love interest. Fine. So these both are correct. Interest for acquiring or in acquiring. In acquiring new colonies. Interest in acquiring. Interest for acquiring new colonies. So they both have different meanings, right? Which one would be correct? For acquiring new colonies or in acquiring new colonies? Yeah, interest towards, right? Yeah. Inclination towards, yeah. Interest towards or interest in acquiring colonies. In the subject of acquiring colonies. Or interest in a person, right? It is not both. So for is the correct one, right? Nice question. So A and B only would be the right answer. Fine. Done. Batao. Interest in science, interest in science hota, right? Interest for science, right? We show interest for doing something in the future. Something in the future, right? But we show interest in the present. Done. Right. Okay. It is more expensive. It is in the present. It is more limited. Done. हो गया everyone? I hope this is correct. Okay. Okay, so this was our first lesson. So we have learned a few things, right? Remember them when I ask you in the questions while solving the questions in the next few classes. Okay, so I hope this was enjoyable. I hope you think that you can get more marks in sentence correction on the basis of this plan. Okay, it is visible. We have reached to the right answer. Okay, I had not made these questions, right? Some questions I have taken from GMAT. Okay, some questions I have taken from other coaching. So that I could see, okay, whether I am being able to do this on the basis of my rules or not. Okay, so GMAT has same rules for GMAT as well as NMAT. Okay, do not go against GMAT's rule, even if it seems pretty irrational to you. Done. Okay, so among 23, we have only 17 people remaining. So I do not know what those 5 people are doing. They might know these things, okay, already, or they might be planning to fail. So any questions you have?